Oh, Jesus. Perfect timing. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Intern Show. I'm here, as always, with Justin and Nick. Last week, Steve from Providence gave us a creed. I was told to transcribe it. I did. So right hand up, guys. And repeat after me, I guess. We'll rotate who does this every week. Let me see my right hand. I solemnly swear.
I solemnly swear.
On my honor and the honor of my ancestors.
God damn it.
On my honor and the honor of my ancestors.
Oh, Jesus. All right, we lost him. Let's just bring Kirk in. Who hit on Nick for a little while. Okay. Hey, Kirk.
What's up, boys? How's it going?
Nothing.
Okay.
Not too much. We're trying to do a creed and fucking Nick's internet shat its pants, so here we are. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing fine. Not too bad. Not too bad. Last appearance of the week. Are we? What is this live? Are we taking calls during this or no?
No, we're not.
Oh, okay, great.
But we are live. Yeah.
We took calls once, and it was not good.
Well, I wasn't on the show, Justin.
Oh, that's right. That's
that might have something to do with it. Maybe. What's going on?
So the first question I just wanted to ask was, if you were to look the day you left Entercom, if you were to only see in the future of 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. today, would you consider that a win?
No.
All you were able to see is what you're seeing right now.
It just got worse. But no, the answer to that would be no. This is horrifying and terrible. And but it is the last dance. This is it. I've done, I think, 10 of these, maybe. And
I think 10. Do you count Quantum Week as a?
Oh, I mean, they didn't. I don't understand why we're not. I just did something for them. It's not on our. We didn't put it on our YouTube, right?
No, it's not on here.
It's on the
we never got a video for it.
I don't understand. I don't get that. So, sure. I mean, I guess. So I think with that, somebody ranked them the other day. So I think this is the 10th one. So,
and this is also the only one you're doing live too. So
is that right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Mike and the Minifans. Mike would have been live last week.
Oh yeah, Mike and the Minifans.
Oh, Mike was live.
Yeah,
right. But yeah, the only ones with show guys are the live ones, I guess. But yeah, so overall, I've enjoyed it, and I am impressed with how people work hard, even like the conspiracy guys and the ladies and Quantum Week guys and the Intel guys. Everyone works, I think, pretty hard at it. They take it pretty seriously. So I'm and Menners and Mayo and all those guys. So I'm glad that I did it. We wrap it up here with you guys as your usual, this crew. I don't know what's I've never had a conversation with any of you, so I don't.
Well, you had like a conversation.
No, not really. Not. Would you call that a conversation, Justin?
No,
it was not a conversation. It was a terrible. It was a terrible. Put it this way, like I don't even. Are those people on your list that are behind you there, Justin?
What's up,
yeah,
Robert Bush?
actually,
Robert Bush and Kobe, is that right?
Robert Bush and Kobe, R.I.P.
Has anybody on the show moved since the show started? Nobody on the show is on the list, right?
No, Steve or Mike was not on the list.
I was not either, right?
No.
Right. Okay. But nobody's
moved. You guys broke bread.
We met. Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So nobody on the show has moved their way onto the list even since February, say.
I'd say Kirk's now number one.
Oh, okay, good. Good. That's not really what I was looking for. Boy.
Well done, Justin.
All right.
Jesus. All right. So, Kirk, we do some segments now because we try and mix it up a little bit, create a little bit of a show, and weird shit happens to us during the week as interns.
I've heard. Will, I have heard some. I've heard some tell. You're not having a good time, huh?
No, I'm having a great time. If you consider, not sleeping the entire night,
so
paranoia.
So somebody, if I'm getting this straight,
yes,
somebody copied your Twitter account or something.
Made a carbon copy. So what I learned is I had to change the I in intern to a lowercase I, and then it'll never happen again. But they were using a lowercase L in place of a capital I, and then tweeting stuff directly to you and Steve. And I know the one thing you do not want me to do is to tweet at you.
Right.
Like I know if I tweet, if you'll see it, you see it. You don't. I don't really. I mean, I care obviously because I want to represent the show well, but it just unsettled me and was weird, and it really kind of in a lot of ways offended me because of what you were alluding to earlier, with how hard these guys work on the shows. Like they work closely with us, with me and Justin and Nick. And I found out it was somebody who I was going to help start a pilot. And that just rubbed me the wrong way. But it is what it is. You know, when you it's like you said, we're not interning for Trey Wingo and Mike Golick.
Nope, this is part of the deal.
No,
Nick, is there a hurricane going on in your home or something? Why is this thing? I'm getting sick watching this move around.
It's my nervous hands. I'm sorry.
Okay, why are you touching it? What do you? Is it your phone? Oh, your phone. Okay, just relax. I'm gonna get sick.
Sorry.
But the one thing I'd say about that, Will, is Jesus fucking Christ, Nick. What the fuck are you doing?
Hold on, Kirk. We good now?
That's great. The one thing I'd say though, Will, for that is like if somebody tweeted that at me and I misinterpreted it, you know, and you told Steve and it turned out to be true, then it wouldn't be a big deal. I mean, then would say, oh, well, some fucking asshole's doing that. Like, it's not like we would, it's not, so you're getting worked up over something. It's not ultimately.
I could have squished it in the bug immediately. You know, I had a pretty extended conversation with Steve today on the phone and he told me, you know, if something like that ever happens, just reach out to him and one tweet from him and it's over, you know? But the way I felt about it is I didn't want to reach out about something as petty as, you know, a carbon copy of my fucking Twitter account, you know, like that. But it bothered. I didn't expect it to bother me as much as it did, but it just bothered me.
Yeah, those things can bother you. I get that. I mean, I obviously have 3 million of things like that, so I've just
you've got it.
When it first happened, when it first started happening, I thought it was kind of strange. Sometimes people would try and bring you down, but no, I mean, this is not anything that would, you know, it's not as bad as like who did the thing with Dr. Drew. Who was that?
It was me.
That was that was bad. That's something you should you should have lost sleep over that. But it seems like you sleep plenty. Every time we call you at fucking 10 o'clock, you're asleep. So
I never have missed calls from Steve because Steve, I'm telling you, I can look through my record, my phone records. The last controversy, the Instagram controversy, I got no phone calls.
We just called you a couple weeks ago about something. That's what the fuck are you talking about?
I got a couple phone calls. I mean, I think on the show you can hear.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
What about the?
I want fucking 50. I want 50 parody fucking accounts of Will by Sunday. They'll fucking torture him. Well, he's up his live.
That's the thing. It's like I think you got to just ignore him. Like we said with the whole Carano and Quantum Week Chris thing. It's like it wouldn't be this bad if they didn't come out and say, "Hey, this isn't funny. All of this needs to stop." You just got.
I didn't.
It's okay. It's okay. He's just being honest, though. He's legitimately. It's new to him, and that's I get it, but. Like you do have to say, and I get worked up with stuff too, but you got to say after a while, like this is just a fucking lunatic. We know it's not you. If I know it's not you, and Steve knows it's not you, we know Mike doesn't pay attention to stuff that's going on, so he's never going to see it. So then you're all set, and then you just don't worry about. But next time it happens, I don't think you'll be as pissed off. But by doing this, you do know now that there's just going to be more.
Oh yeah, but
just get ready for it.
I think I'm more prepared. Internet fucking connection. I think I'm more prepared for it now because of talking to you right now and because of talking to Steve, today. It just put things into perspective, like what matters and what doesn't matter. And what matters is, affirmation from my family and from the people who I work with. And that's really
wonderful.
All I fucking
fantastic. Well, I'm glad this led to you getting some realization about how important.
Yeah, it's a moment of clarity.
That's what I want from my fucking interns is to be sitting around caring how much his dad likes him.
Awesome. We had issues in the past, Kirk. We have a good relationship now. Me and my dad. We had issues in the past, and now we have a good relationship.
I can only imagine what your dad thinks. I can only imagine. 32 years old.
Somebody else go to their fucking weirdest moment. Jesus.
I'm trying, but you keep on talking about your fucking.
Shut the fuck up, Will.
So my moment is I signed up for the Dave Portnoy 5K.
Oh, good.
But I decided I will not be walking or doing 5K. I will be doing 50K that day.
You're doing 50K that day?
Yep.
You're going to do
like
31 miles then?
Correct. 31 miles.
Okay. All right. Okay.
I decided to do that because I know, like I said, like going back to my top celebrities, I mean, if I could do a tribute to Kobe the day after he died by doing something 10 times more than everyone else was doing when everyone else was walking around.
That's how.
Center. If I could do it 10 times that to show it, I would have done it. So
that's how you feel about Portnoy.
Top 5. I think I need to do 10 times the 5K. And
have you mapped it out yet?
I have not, but I've been practicing. I've been doing about 10K a day.
All right, that's good. You got to build up a little bit, another 40K, and you'll be done.
Yeah. No, I'm looking forward to it. I mean, I just it's going to be sad. It's going to be tough.
So what is a good 5K time, Kirk?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, if you do 8-minute miles, say, I think that's sort of the cutoff of a good, good runner. 24, 25 minutes. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. People seem to be into it, which is good. I think it'll be a lot of fun. And we're getting, good numbers for it. I hope to see a little more Minifan versus Minifan sort of action on this stuff. We'll see how competitive people get as it gets closer. I'm sure it'll be pretty crazy, but
I plan on winning this 5K.
You plan on winning it?
I do.
What's your time?
That's why he asked.
Yeah, I was wondering. What's your time going to be, Nick?
Honestly, I couldn't tell you. I can tell you my high school times were pretty good because I was kind of like that mid-distance, long-distance runner. So I got to get back into shape a little bit, but I think I can do it.
Okay. Yeah, we've got one guy who's a crazy runner who's some guy who does it like 15, 16 minutes. So he's gonna be the favorite, I think. But
okay.
Over under time on Blind Mike and Teddy.
That's a good question. I mean, that could get bad.
Somebody has to sign a waiver for that.
At least true. Yeah,
both parties.
I would think. And probably Barstool. I would say Mike.
Jesus.
I mean, Mike just by himself running is going to take a long time. With Ted, I will say I'll set it at 54 minutes.
Okay, TJ Hubbard, you heard it. Get the books going.
Because I think there's going to be times where Ted might need to stop. I think there's going to be times where Mike's going to need to stop. I think it's going to be hard. And if they don't, I told those guys they should do a training session. And Mike's like, yeah, but I know they won't. So it's going to be a disaster. And I don't know where they're doing it. I don't know what they're doing.
It's going to be weird. Like
I can just imagine like Mike like accidentally like tipping.
Justin, you're going to be there.
Yeah.
Justin, you're going to be his ride over there.
Probably not. But breaking bones and Mike having to call 911 and them just asking like, where are you? And he has no idea.
No clue. Well, I know, but somebody's have to bring him there, obviously. So I don't know if it'll be Alba or you or whoever it's going to be, but someone's going to have to bring him.
I mean, Alba's been living with him, so it's probably
That's true. That's true.
Wow.
That's true. Yeah, you probably haven't seen him in a long time, right?
I haven't seen him. I haven't been to his house since this whole thing started.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I've been doing it from my house. It's I wanted to get to that. I had a question a little later on, but
Okay.
I think our next segment is.
Oh, okay.
It's one special for me. Ever since we did my top 5 celebrities in Miami, every single week we do a different top 5. There was top 5 Bruce Springsteen songs last week.
It was a hideous fucking list. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm not.
It was one of the worst lists ever.
He just named 5 Bruce songs.
It was embarrassing.
Yeah, exactly.
It was fucking fireable. Yeah.
But no, I think we'll make it a little easier on him this week and let Kirk know the good he's doing in our lives. Justin, what are your top 5 moments of your internship so far?
1 Madawaska, 2 Jack's Abbey / the Peace Vigil, 3 Miami, 4 the first time doing Mike and the Minifans, and 5 going to the studio for the first time.
Wow.
You've been in the studio before?
I have. The first time I ever walked in, you just walked. I just stood there and you said, "Oh, you're the new intern." I go, "Yep." You go, "Okay." You just walk.
Oh, I actually don't remember that. I hate to say, I don't remember. I don't remember.
And the next day, you're like, "Who's the fat kid with the sneakers?" And
yeah. That I do remember. Yeah.
The origin story of the sneakers.
We joke around about it, but on the show, but it's true. I just walk in, I put the headphones on. Those guys don't mind now.
Yeah.
We do the show, and I get the fuck out of there, and we talk about the rest of the day. We kind of talk about stuff, but I don't. By the time I walk in and walk out, is with the show is probably a total of 45 seconds, I guess. I don't know. Yeah.
have you ever been there and like Mike hasn't been there yet, or like have you ever gotten there before?
No, because I'd fire it. No, he knows. He's so scared. He probably gets there an hour and a half before. But every time I get there, he's looking at his phone, and then I ask Steve, "Good to go?" Yep. All right. Let's get it started.
Yeah.
So.
I mean that's exactly what it is.
Yeah,
Yo, Nick,
what?
Nick, you had a hot take, a hot basketball take for Kirk that I think you need to get off your chest right now.
I mean, are we gonna get straight into questions?
Yeah, do it.
That's part of
Well,
it.
let's say, Nick, 1 second. 1 second. I'll give you the second, but it was Justin's number 1. And we'll find out about the Wilborn whenever that happens. But for sure, when people ask me my favorite moment so far at the show, it's the weekend in Madawaska.
It was
It's incredible. It's just a shame what Mike did to everyone. But for the weekend, it's incredible we pulled it, and that's a lot of credit to Steve and to Travis. Those guys were fucking unbelievable.
Do you know what kind of rubbed me the wrong way about Madawaska was that Mike, I don't know, a couple of shows ago, he blamed me when you were bringing up,
I don't remember this.
He goes, I can't believe Justin let me do that. I don't think I was in a position to tell him to stop.
No, you're his intern.
To tell a grown ass man, yeah, especially
you're his intern.
It was kind of like pushing the blame, and I was like, Mike, I don't think it would have went away. It would have went well if I was like, hey, cut it off, or I don't know him, but I'm sure you helped him out of some potentially tough situations while he was drunk too, I would guess. Yeah, sure.
I have no idea what you're alluding to.
No, I don't. I actually don't, but I'm just saying, I'm sure there was some,
So Nick, drop some basketball.
God. Sorry, Justin. Justin's pissed at Mike. Look at him. He's not happy. Just tell him to fuck off, Justin. Everyone else hates him. You might as well join the group.
Just say it, Justin. Tell him to fuck off.
Just fucking. I say it every day.
I have a couple of questions.
Okay,
don't ask your questions. Tell Mike to fuck off. That's
Mike, fuck off.
There you go.
There you go.
Holy shit.
Go ahead.
All right. I just want to say that the Madawaska FOMO was real. That looked incredible. But my hot take was I don't think that Larry Bird would be a good player in the NBA, in the modern NBA. So how do you respond to that?
I mean, okay. Why?
He's too slow. I don't know who he'd guard. I think that he would be best just sitting in the corner waiting for a corner jumper.
I mean, he was 6'9". He'd be a guy in the NBA now.
He's stretch 4. He'd be a 5.
He'd average about 35 points a game in the NBA today.
Are you serious?
He'd be about, because nobody took threes back then. If he worked on it like guys do now, he'd be about a 48% 3-point shooter. He was a 90% shooter from the line. He's the best passer in the history of the game. He averaged 10 rebounds. He could score with either hand. He was a good post player. He was not a great defender, but he could go guard somebody's center who doesn't do anything, or he could go guard somebody's 4. He would be the best. You're talking about Larry Bird in like 85, 86. He'd be the best player in the league right now.
Oh, easily. I think that too.
I mean, like a guy like who's the best player in the NBA right now?
LeBron.
Oh, other than LeBron.
Kevin Durant's not playing.
Greek freak or what?
Yeah, the Greek freak. He's probably. I'd say he'd probably. I mean, he carries the Bucks.
Yeah, I mean, he wouldn't. I mean, he's not. He couldn't. It's not even a comparison.
He wouldn't touch Larry Bird. He wouldn't touch.
And he's a great player, but it's not even a comparison. I mean, watch Bird. If you watch Bird, do you think Michael Jordan could play in the NBA today?
Absolutely.
Bird would.
Oh my God.
Bird would post Jordan. Bird played Jordan 6 playoff games and beat him in all 6 playoff games.
All 6.
I don't think Jordan's the best player ever, but Bird, you think Larry Bird wouldn't be able to play in today's NBA?
No. I didn't state that correctly. He'd be a good player.
He'd be he thinks he'd be a number 2 on you know how they had.
I mean, he's one of the 5 best players of all time. I mean, it's not
number 3, honestly, if you ask me.
Do you think Magic Johnson could play in the NBA today?
I think Nick.
He could play in the NBA today.
Of course he could. So why couldn't Larry Bird? Because he's white. Because he's white.
In the NBA today, but he's a guy who's going to average 15.
Nope.
You're right. He would. He's freaking 63 years old.
You realize that he was the first person in NBA history to shoot 90% from the line, 40% from the field, 50 from 3.
Intern Nick, Isaiah Thomas, Dennis Rodman mindset here, don't you?
What'd you say? He's
a 6'9" version. Like is Steph Curry the fastest player in the Nick like
Westbrook,
exactly.
I don't know, whoever it is. I mean,
like you don't have to be a fucking supreme athlete to be a great basketball player.
I'm saying he'd be a good role player. The things that like Kevin Durant would do to Larry Bird is criminal. Oh my God.
Bird wouldn't guard him though.
They're both. Who's gonna? Larry Bird's 6'9", Kevin Durant's 6'10".
Larry Bird would guard like Draymond Green or something if he was on the Warriors still, and he just go stand out there and let him shoot threes. It wouldn't matter. You think Kevin Durant could guard Larry Bird if Larry Bird posted him up?
Oh my God!
Fucking kill him.
Kevin Durant was like 7'4".
He would kill him. So what? Kevin Durant doesn't play defense. He'd kill him. How much stronger he is? You know what kind of passer Larry Bird was?
That I will say.
You need to watch the highlights.
The best ever.
Unbelievable.
Not just highlights, but full games, like the 60-point game.
Player.
You gotta watch some of these highlights, dude. They're
I think if Larry Bird was the exact same player as he was then, he was a black guy, you wouldn't say that about him. That's what right. I think.
That's fair. I mean,
that's what I think.
Isaiah Thomas said.
Yeah, right.
I with the radio host, but
that's okay. I mean, I hear that a lot from people. And I'm just like, well, I don't know. I mean, There's no way of knowing, but it seems impossible to me that a 6'9" guy who in his prime was not as unathletic as people thought could do everything. Wouldn't be average more than 15 points a day in the NBA. I mean, how many points a game is that this Kemba Walker average? I mean, Jesus.
Well, also think about the training and nutrition that these guys are doing now that they didn't do then. Imagine if Larry Bird was on that type of regimen. I always bring that discussion up when talking about old, players. Old hockey guys between periods, they were smoking fucking cigarettes.
Do you think Dirk? Do you think Dirk Nowitzki in his prime, like 10, 15 years ago, could play in today's NBA?
I'd say yes, just because.
Of course he could. Of course he could. He played like 2 years ago. I mean, but Larry Bird couldn't. I mean,
I'm not saying he couldn't play, Kirk.
And Nowitzki was the best.
You're saying he'd be a role player.
What he won MVP 15 years ago?
Yeah.
That's
he'd be a solid 2 or a 3 on a good basketball.
3?
What's wrong with that?
Oh my!
He's one of the 3 best players ever.
That's why they call it.
All right. I'm gonna get Nick back on your side. Him and I are both golf guys. Too. I was wondering what your handicap was.
At the end of last year, I think my handicap was 8.8.
Shit. Okay, so you're a better golfer than both of us.
Oh, what are you guys?
I'm about a 16.
Okay. How about you, Nick?
I'm about 12 or a 13.
Justin?
Sometimes when I play mini golf, I get the ball and the hole at the end.
Oh, boy.
So,
yeah.
I beat the count.
I feel like an 8.9. I'm not going to say.
That sounds familiar.
And I guess my follow-up to that would, what would your dream I don't know how much you've been asked this probably a shit ton of times, but what would your dream foursome be?
I think you're looking at it.
Non-sexual.
I think you're looking at it here. Yeah, we gotta go do it. Don't you think? Where do you guys want to go? Wingfoot? Once everything clears up, Pebble Beach, we'll fly out.
Yes, I think Augusta.
Yeah, good.
This is an NBC, man.
My dream foursome. Somebody called me, asked me that a couple weeks ago. I don't know. My dad. I always like playing my dad and my brothers. I like bring my dad back and play. Maybe Fred Couples. I don't know. I don't know who the fourth one is. It's a good question. Maybe Matt Carano.
Oh,
good.
Yeah.
Could be, yeah.
That'd be fun
Yeah.
afterward.
Keep things loose.
Who do you enjoy watching play today?
Spieth. Yeah, I got a question asked today. Spieth. I like watching Spieth play because he's nervous. He's not a machine like Dustin Johnson or Brooks Koepka.
Yeah,
you guys are just robots. They're rolled off the fucking assembly line. Spieth hits bad shots. He gets pissed off. He has a great short game. He's flawed. I like guys who are flawed. And when I watch Brooks Koepka play, I don't get excited. It's like watching a. It's like
have you heard his interviews with Big Cat?
Yeah, heard it last week.
He doesn't like golf.
He doesn't care.
He doesn't. Yeah, I think he might have even brought it up that you care more about golf than
I definitely
Koepka
do.
does.
I was talking to Dan about it. There's no question. It's the only sport I care about. Like, I'm not going to watch this stupid fucking draft this weekend. I don't care. I don't care about basketball. I don't care about baseball anymore. Who's making that sound? What's that clicking sound? It's annoying me. And what is Justin doing? What the fuck are you doing, Justin?
I don't know.
Oh, I was just looking something up. Fun fact: a couple of years ago, I was responsible for Jason Day's wife getting into a car accident.
Really? Like, what was that?
What? Wait, what?
Championship. And
what's that?
North. The Deutsche Bank.
TPC, yeah. Yep.
Yeah. There was a place where I worked at the Xfinity Center, which is
right there. Yeah.
And there was a lot where all the players' wives were parking, and she just blew through a stop sign, and we didn't have someone there stationed, and I was like a manager, and a bus just came by and T-boned her. Yeah, you can look it up. It's fine. Yeah.
She's the one who, I think LeBron James ran into her in a basketball game a couple of years ago, too.
Yeah.
Yep.
So me and Justin LeBron, kind of the same person.
He's on the list, right?
LeBron.
Let me ask you about Ricky Fowler. He's my guy because I grew up playing what's it called PGA Tour 14 with him on the cover.
Okay.
So is he ever going to win a major or what?
Yeah. Yes. Eventually he'll win a major, but he's a loser. He has that loser DNA. He's just not a winner. He's just whatever it is.
He's content to make the money. I mean, those guys make so much fucking money, and he's got that Puma deal. I think he's content to just show up and get his top 15, go home. He's
a product of corporate America. If he had a different look, if he weighed, if he was heavy or didn't wear that Puma stuff, nobody would give a shit about him. But I find myself rooting for him. Oddly, I want him to win. It's his time. He's probably the best player who hasn't won a major. He's probably the guy now. If you look at the list, unless I'm forgetting somebody. He's probably the best player who hasn't won a major yet.
Yeah, he probably is.
I would say, other than Rom, maybe. But Rom's pretty young. But yeah,
Rom is pretty young.
Oh. Shit.
So
yeah, go ahead.
I have a question. Getting off the whole golf subject.
Probably a good idea.
Do you think
Will's not happy? There's a lot of tension between you two.
There's a lot of.
I want to fight. I want to fight him. He said he wouldn't do it.
I don't want to fight.
You said meet up somewhere. I said Worcester, between Worcester and Albany.
Justin's a nice guy, Will.
I like Justin a lot, but I feel like he hates me.
We just have two
so
different
I think the best way to.
I just think it's just.
You think if you guys got a fist fight, it would solve it?
I think so. I think getting punched in the face by somebody that. I don't know. Sometimes it feels good to get punched in the face. That's just coming from a hockey guy.
Punch you in the face now, Will.
Because I'd like to be able to punch him in the face back.
If Justin, would you be willing to punch Will in the face?
No, I don't want to punch Will in the face.
I'd let you.
Okay. What did you order that night at the Mexican place?
At that place I got lobster ravioli.
Now, what was your question? Jesus Christ.
Okay. So my question was, do you ever think that Blind Mike sometimes tries to copy your on-air persona, but he doesn't really have the personality for it? Like, I don't know if you ever noticed some of the shows he does on the YouTube, but he'll come in and he'll be like,
yes.
Like, Justin beforehand was you know, joking around. And it's
good observation. I noticed that all of a sudden, as I call it, when Dad's away, Mike becomes Captain Swinging Dick.
Yeah, and it's kind of like
before it started, Justin was just disgusting. It's annoying, and I'm like,
yeah,
that's not Mike. That is not Mike. He's not. He's a nice.
I mean, he's the nicest guy. That's why
that's a good observation, Justin. Very.
I think it just comes off as fake. And like when it comes off like from you, you know, you're known for like shitting on someone. It's kind of like I can go and say like, oh, you know, Kirk Minihane.
Right? Yeah, it's
like Kirk Minihane shit on me, and it's kind of like getting roasted by Don Rickles. You know, it's kind of like a cool thing that, and because it's authentic when it's coming from you.
Actually, very good
like,
observation, Justin.
When Mike does it, it's just kind of like, oh, I understand you're trying to either play the role of Portnoy or you're playing the role of Kirk.
I also think he does it sort of in his default like that. I think he feels like he has to start every one of those shows like that. I don't really know why. I think it's just his own comfort level now, but it does not. It's almost to his credit. It doesn't work that way because he's a nice guy. It does
the nicest.
Like not, even sometimes,
like I fucked up that whole MGM thing for him, and there was nobody who was more forgiving about it than Mike was. There was nobody who, you know, he had said a bunch of shit on the air, but behind the scenes, he had texted me and said, you know, I'm going to say these things, you know, just don't take it too hard. You know, you fucked up.
Yeah.
You know?
But
he's a genuinely nice guy.
He's a simple, sweet person. Yes.
Yes, we all love Mike. We hope
very good. That's the best observation of the show so far.
And so I was just going to say, like, whenever I'm on screen with him, I feel like he tries to belittle me, like, due to his own securities, because he feels like either when he was an intern, that's how Portnoy treated him, or, you know, it's kind of like he's kind of like the last guy on the show. He's like the third guy voice on the show, so he kind of gets shit on and stuff. So I feel like he just kind of comes in. Even sometimes, like when I haven't been to his house recently, like Alba will tell him, like, hey, tell Justin I say hi. He'll just be like, no. It's just like what are you doing that for? And I just feel like this
because he is rooted in insecurity, and we joke around about it, but that's part of the reason for like the claw and stuff like that is he gets very like he just gets. And I'm sure a lot of it is because of the fact that he was blind growing up. I mean, that's got to be really hard, combined with the fact that he's stupid, and it's just you're in real trouble at that point. It's amazing he's able to do anything, honestly, given his many liabilities.
You know, honestly, that's what put shit into perspective for me was just looking at all the shit that Mike gets, you know, and I know if he can get through that, fuck, geez, you know, what am I complaining about somebody making a carbon copy of my account? You know, that's peanuts compared to what fucking Mike gets on a daily basis.
He takes a beating, and part of it is it's funny to me, and we've sort of perpetuated it, and it's amusing, but you know, it's good when it gets under his skin. But you know, like there are times where Mike drives me nuts, but there are times where he does a really good job, and he's around for a reason. If I didn't think he was doing a good job, he'd be fucking gone by now. Well, not now because of the coronavirus. But, you know,
that actually leads me into a question. Mm-hmm. You've mentioned several times that you don't actually know what it is that the three of us do.
Right.
How much validity is there to that? Because I know you take a lot of pride in the content that you put out, and I find it very hard to believe that you have no idea what
I'll ask you a couple of questions.
we're doing.
Ask me some trivia questions about which intern does what, or what do you guys do, and I will not do well. So go ahead. Just ask me a random thing.
Which one went to Miami?
That was Justin. That was you.
1-1.
Okay. Okay. Who sends the daily Twitter promos?
That's you, Will.
There you go.
Yeah.
Nick, you got one?
You guys just keep asking questions where it's the person asking the question, because I'll do really well.
We were trying to make it easy for you.
Team.
We were trying to make it easy for you. Okay. How many?
Oh no, go ahead, Will. Go ahead.
Okay, this is probably a good trivia one. How many shows does Justin produce for the YouTube channel?
I don't even know that.
I mean, 6. I have no idea. I mean, I know he does a lot, because I know a lot of people on Twitter always think. I know you guys do that. Like, I know the basic, but I trust Mike and I trust Steve. With Justin, Will, and Nick, that you guys are going to do your thing and they're going to walk you So I mean, I know sort of the big picture stuff you guys do, but the day in, day out minutia, no, and I don't want it. Like, that's not I'm not going to be the boss who knows that. And when something bad happens, I'm alerted about it. And then, like when Nick fucked up last week, for example, which is, I'm over it. It's not a big deal. But when that happened, I was considering driving to Kansas and fucking ripping his head off, but I didn't.
Yeah, cooler heads. No, I'd call that progress. Honestly, yes. Cooler heads prevailed.
Yes,
exactly. You're a road trip guy. Kansas is fucking nothing. What, you could make that in,
but like
in 16 hours?
But like, if your next question was, who was the guy who promoted WEI on the account? Which intern did that? I know.
There you go. That I think
I pay attention.
I think that would have been Nick's question. Honestly, if I were him, I would have asked that because that was so fucking stupid.
Well, keep in mind, Mike was burying Will on the air. Mike said it was Will who did it, and I said, I don't think so. I think that's why I give Nick a pass. First of all, you could tell he was genuinely upset about it. He knows he fucked.
Oh yeah,
but he's also the newest. Like, if you guys did that, that would be. You guys would both know.
We would have been shit canned. We would have been shit canned immediately.
Well, that's the thing too. You think Nick's from Kansas? He didn't listen to you. Like the whole WEI thing is kind of like.
No, I'm not. At the same. Let's not go there. He just said he was over it. That could change. That could change.
He's a good kid. He's working hard. So I was more. What really saved Nick was honestly that the U was, what's her face, Courtney Fallon or whatever it was. You know what I mean? It was her thing. I thought John from Scranton was in Nick's ear, and then Nick took that. If that happened, it would have been.
Yeah, no, that would have.
Everyone would have got rid of. Like I said, all the interns. Mike would have been gone. Steve would have been gone. I would have asked everybody in the audience to unsubscribe, and I would have started again from complete scratch. I would have started over. So
yeah. But, Nick, if that gives you any idea how he feels about WEI and Entercom, there you go. There's your lesson.
Okay. All's forgiven. Don't worry. We are moving on.
All right. I have a question because I was doing my top 5 movies in my head, and 4 of them were Tarantino directed and written movies. I was wondering what your top 5 Tarantino scripts were, not necessarily movies.
My top 5 Tarantino scripts
in no particular order. You don't have to.
Reservoir Dogs, Pulp Fiction, True Romance, Django, and Kill Bill, which I count as one movie. I put Crimson Tide because he wrote Crimson Tide. That'd be somewhere he wrote uncredited, but it's his, somewhere in the top 10. But yeah, the True Romance is way up there.
That's what made me think of the question was the Crimson Tide discussion. I didn't know that he had written that, and it makes so much more sense going back and watching it.
Yeah, it feels like scripts now. Yeah,
it definitely does. For me, it's Reservoir Dogs and Pulp Fiction. Those are in a league of their own. As far as just,
I don't think he wrote that. I don't think he wrote that one.
That's a good movie.
I don't think he wrote a league of their own.
Wait, did I say a league of their own?
I think you said they were in a league of their own, those scripts. And Justin, I think, said that was a good movie.
Great movie.
I don't think Tarantino wrote the
Tarantino twist at the end.
Jesus Christ, Justin! He just made me see Ghost. I just thought I said that Tarantino wrote A League of Their Own.
At the end of the movie, Tom Hanks comes in with a gun and blows away all the
yeah.
Hall of Fame.
He kills Hitler. He kills Hitler.
Davis and Hitler at the end of it.
Fucking
Right.
What else?
So my question was, it actually has to do with one of your other appearances that you said on the show with Menners, which can we just say how great of a job that was
really good.
It was just incredible.
It's just a genius.
I mean,
so good. No way he's 5'4", but it was good.
You said that ideally you would have someone come in like once or twice a week and do a segment with it, and you said ideally it would be like someone like one of the interns, but you said obviously that hasn't worked out. Mm-hmm. What did you mean by like obviously it hasn't worked out? Because I feel like I've gotten mixed signals when it's sometimes when I try to make a persona and then you will come out on the show and be like, I just want an intern who can cut fucking audio and just do stupid intern shit. Right. And then other times you say things like, well, obviously, ideally we could have an intern in once or twice a week for a segment to kind of be a fourth voice on the show, to kind of like, I don't know, maybe to shit on, to boost Mike up, or to do something. So what exactly?
I guess maybe it's getting misconstrued is I don't want you guys to have any opinions about the show. You can have them privately, you can have them on these shows, but you don't speak for the show. Now, if you want to go out and pitch something to Mike or to Steve, where you say, now's not the time, obviously. But when this is all done, where you say, hey, I'm going to try and go do this thing on the street. Or I'm going to go interview these people. Or I'm going to try and do this or get in trouble doing that. And then we play the sound of it, and maybe it clicks. I don't know if you guys have done that or you've thought of that. I know it's hard. You guys are all over the place. Justin's probably the best candidate for it, given his location. But, that sort of thing. But I am not, by that I mean, also, there is one creative voice on the show, me. That's it.
Yeah,
me. So I don't want, and Mike, Mike has his own ideas and does his own thing, but it all comes from me. So I don't want people coming in with thoughts, ideas. I like doing my thing. But if you have like anything else, I mean, we have a lot of interaction with the audience, whether it's DEC or Carano or all these guys who do bits, or Tim from Canton and sound, and do the funny one today with the Lexington police thing. I thought that was really funny. But don't be afraid to do that. Don't be afraid to reach out to Steve or to Mike and say, hey, I have an idea. It's cool. I mean, fuck, we'll use it. If it's funny, we'll use it. And then all of a sudden,
Justin, I went to Panora, Iowa. Like,
yeah,
right. and I think it's something that would happen organically. It's not something that's gonna, you don't have to think about a persona you're gonna create. Just be yourself. Like,
well, it's like in Miami when Mike had you do the Periscope where you listed all the celebrities. Well, I mean, I didn't say no to that. I wasn't like, hey, he's a fucking intern. He should be doing it. That's if you're doing that, creating content, and that's part of the job. It's a big part of the job.
Mm-hmm. Okay, understandable. Yeah, but I just didn't know if you were like disappointed in thinking that like
I am.
Intern,
yeah, obviously he is. Look at the three of us. Fuck.
Yeah.
On the oh, there we go. We lost Will. And
no, you didn't.
So I just wanted some clarification on that. Nick, do you have any questions?
Yeah. Anything else, boys?
Yeah, I thought it was a good question by Justin because I don't know if you remember my first intern show when I asked those questions. You thought I was like a clout chasing fuckwad.
I remember.
Which I right, which I'm not obviously, but like
right.
After that I tried to like stay in the shadows as much as I could because I thought that's what you wanted.
Embrace that thought.
Yeah.
You don't want to leave the shadows, man. I'm telling you.
Keep trying stuff. If you have stuff. Well, I mean, I remember, as I recall, you said you thought we were going to be like friends or something, right?
Yeah. There's still a chance for that.
There's no chance of that. I can assure you. I'm not friends with Mike or Steve I'm all set. I don't want to ever make a friend again. I will never shake anyone's hand again. I will never make a friend.
Kirk has all the friends he needs.
Yeah, I have like 2 friends. Great. It's fantastic. Why would you want to be friends with me, Nick? I am not. There's not a lot of fun here. You're not missing much.
Next time. I mean, next road trip through Kansas, we can go to the Lawrence Country Club or something. I don't know. It'd be fun.
Yeah, it sounds great.
Yeah.
Each on the first tee. I mean, Justin was down in Miami with me. Not a lot. That dinner, there was not a lot of talk going on. It was a bizarre dinner, but there was not a lot of conversation.
Steve's shirt.
That was so good. That was so good.
legitimately scared. He seemed spooked.
He was probably wasn't he wearing a long sleeve? Weren't you wearing a long sleeve, man?
Was it
In Miami?
Maybe I don't know.
Oh, he was all right.
Because Mike told me beforehand, he was like, just don't do anything stupid. I was like, okay, so I don't think I did anything stupid. You just turned to me at one point. You said, what the fuck is your problem with Kobe Bryant? And I was like, I don't know. He's like,
That's right. That's you extended the list. That's right.
God, I miss him so much.
We all do.
You think of him as more of a number 8 or 24?
What's that?
You think of him as number 8 or 24?
Kobe is a player?
Yeah.
8. I think it was number 8. Yes, I do. How about you?
Well, I'm a 24 guy.
Yeah. Okay. There you go.
8 Kobe was rape Kobe. We put that.
He got rid of that. He changed his number.
Yeah. You stored that away in the back of your head.
Like
never to be talked about again.
Did before she transitioned just doesn't exist anymore.
Okay.
It's kind of like Kobe transitioned to number 24.
Absolutely.
So he went from a rapist to a non-rapist.
Yeah.
Basically by changing his number. Okay. All right. Good logic. I guess that's pretty sound logic.
What else, boys?
Okay. I know you don't watch all the shows you put together in the KMN, so to speak. But are you happy with the way it's gone so far? And what shows do you like watch or listen to and enjoy? I guess if that makes sense.
Well, I actually try poking on everything as much as I can. I liked Mentors for a while, but I'm getting a little Mentors out. I'm not gonna lie, I'm getting a little Mentors out. I am intrigued just for the possible hateability of this new guy. I mean, he's not talented, but he's got that quality of being hated, and the fucking Minifans hate his guts. So I think they're going to turn on watching.
Wait till you see the show tonight.
Oh, he goes in on me, right?
Oh, he goes in on you. He goes in on John from Scranton. He goes in on.
We heard the sound today where he said he's ahead of me professionally, which was funny. Yeah. That makes me laugh because he's a little cocky shit. But when he gets broken, his meltdown is going to be top shelf all time. 3 months from now, you'll never hear from this guy again. He'll be fucking
Alistair Black.
He's going to be obviously with the obviously's and the
He took a shot at us too. He said that we had a talentless.
It's weird to hear like
fuck that kid. Like what the fuck is he saying? Like, he has no idea what the fuck we do.
Very strange to hear somebody ripping off somebody who rips you off. Like he's doing a bad MHP, which is very it's like 7 layers of me, but that's okay. I mean, like what's that?
I said I thought it was funny when he like drank the coffee and he said it was garbage because you know how you guys do that on the show because Jerry said that.
I mean, see.
I mean, I thought that was.
People hate him, which is good. He's a little shit stirrer. So we'll see how it goes. I hope he can handle it because at some point they are going to really actually find him and turn on him, and it's going to get ugly.
Would you want your YouTube videos to say like, let's say like when you came back, say like OMG, almost killed myself, 2 weeks in crazy hospital?
I'm not interested in. I don't care if we have 85,000 subscribers. I know. I have a 13-year-old daughter. So I know how that stuff goes and an 8-year-old son, and they're into that stuff. But no, I don't want to say you won't believe what this guy did when he found out that like I don't. It's just not. It's so dishonest that I'm not going to.
Yeah, it's literally spreading fake news. It's what you stand against. It's one of the things you stand against. It's one of the things you fucking stand against.
You're right, Will. and he's pretty dumb, and he's gonna do something eventually so stupid that he'll light himself on fire, which he'll do eventually because he will, unless he finds a new move, he's going to burn out in about 3 weeks, too. That's the other thing. I'm going to like when he's desperate, and, that's going to be interesting because he's going to fucking lose it.
Wait till you see the end where he lays down some rules if you want to go on his show.
Oh, me? Individually?
Yes.
Oh, he says,
I come on your show, I'll listen to your rules. You come on my show.
I'm a glass half full kind of guy. I have optimism for this kid. For whatever reason, I mean, he's fucking terrible at editing video, but
that's the other thing. Jesus Christ.
But other than that, his voice wasn't completely annoying. Like there's, I guess there's potential there, but I don't unless, like you said, unless that shtick's gonna get old pretty quickly.
You know what I'm saying? What is that?
That's definitely Nick. 100% Nick.
Why?
That's definitely Nick.
Oh, well, my
Hold on.
final question.
Nick, sign out for a second and see if it's you. Just check out for a second.
Yep, it's Nick. Okay, I muted myself. He's off. All right.
On the
Good.
fix.
Now we can get down to brass tacks.
Okay.
Kirk, a couple of weeks ago, an event was brought up, and it was an event that I thought of a couple months ago. I thought it would be fun once all this coronavirus nonsense gets over. I'm going to have a Minihane barbecue. It was originally shit on, and then it was mandatory for both Steve and Mike to go. And it was supposed to be in June. It's no longer going to be in June, sadly, due to
in September or no?
What'd you say?
Going to be in September? We're in the.
Hopefully, it would be that Saturday,
Okay.
the 12th.
Okay.
If obviously it all depends on
Yeah, sure.
On this whole thing.
Right. Okay. So go ahead.
But what are your thoughts on that? You a barbecue guy?
I will not be there.
Which is good because I think
Nick, get a pair of headphones and come back on. I'm sorry, I can't deal with that.
that will only if you're not there, I think that will cut attendance by 90%.
I don't think so. People like hanging out with each other. Like that's.
Oh, I think so too. But
it'll be a good crowd. So Steve and Mike have to be there for that. Yeah, that's a requirement. They have to be there.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
So does yes.
And so does
I'm gonna
Will for sure.
yeah. I'm gonna be there 100%.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's no. I wouldn't miss it for anything.
Will said he wants to go in my house and trash the place.
No,
Good.
I said I asked if I could use the bathroom inside, and you said no.
No one's going inside my house.
Steve can't.
Steve can.
Okay.
Steve and
So you
DA,
just be-
Steve Barstool Advisor can.
There you
Those are
go.
the-
Okay. Sounds good.
Why
Yeah.
Barstool Advisor?
He's Canadian. I mean, what's he gonna do?
Well, the question I have for you guys is, I always bring this up. When are you guys leaving?
Oh, I'm not
You're talking about September
Actually-
already. You're a fucking
actually,
when does it end?
Actually, I have some information on that. I guess for me, Steve asked me what my plans were for the next 3 to 6 months. Quarantine's, I mean, still in effect. I mean, I don't have my degree yet, so then I'll be an intern as long as you guys want me to be an intern or another professional opportunity comes my way.
That's the initiative. Like,
You know, and I've. It's not like I haven't, gone to career fairs. I go to a decent school. I have some opportunities, but I like what I do with you guys. You know what I mean? Like I it's almost a form of escapism for me, cutting videos and finding the right clips to.
sure, but you have to make a living at some point, Will. You're an
Yes.
adult.
Oh no. Yes. Obviously. Obviously, I know that, but I still haven't graduated. I'm 25 years old. But okay, I can give you the next 3 to 6 months commitment.
Okay, great.
Unpaid internship. There you go.
I've been doing it for like 30 years. So I don't. Any professional? What year are you in school, Justin?
Me, I'm a junior.
You're a junior. Okay, so are you going to intern for us next year?
I mean, I'll just be continue to. I don't know if it's going to be technically an internship, but I'm not.
Okay. And if we met this young lady,
He's not leaving.
we're not kidding.
I have not met this young lady, but I pray for her every night.
Me too. It's not going to be good.
What did you refer to her as, Kirk? The plaintiff?
Yes, that's going to be her lawsuit when she fucking bleeds Barstool dry. How about
Are you
Nick?
worried?
Am I worried about what? Oh, good. Am I worried about what?
I was gonna say, are you worried about I know your kids are kind of getting up in age, and if people hear of you and they listen to your show, are you worried kids are going to come up to Kate or Harry or say when they're in high school and be like, "Oh, I heard your dad talking about men coming on each other"?
Yeah, not really, because we're so old. I'm so old that none of them listen to the show. It's not what they're, it's different. It's even different than EEI because they might hear it going to school or something, even if their dads are driving around.
I would say that would be more likely.
Way more likely. It used to happen, but now it's not. I have friends of Kate and Harry's mom or dad or dads listen to the show. Sometimes we talk about it, but there's not a huge worry. But they're on the show's on YouTube and they're on YouTube a lot, and there's some cross pollination a little bit, but I'm not too worried about it yet. And they also know, especially Kate, she kind of knows the deal, and we'll see. I mean, it's part of it, but it's not something I worry about a whole lot. I mean, I am. I do worry about sort of the listeners are all pretty good. They're all pretty good people. I think they really care about the show and about us. But You know,
Yeah,
I've said it before. If it gets into that world, then like
it's done.
See you later. The show's done. Good luck. Go
Yeah.
find another podcast. You know,
Yeah.
for the other 3 people in my family, that's just the ball game right there. So you know,
Yeah.
that's why
you've made it very.
You know, so I hate those people. I hate their fucking guts.
Yeah, I mean, you've made it clear that you're comfortable enough, you know, in your life that you could step away right now, and if something like that were to happen, and it would be, you know, you'd be fucking fine. You know, it's and your mental health is first too. Like if that's I mean, like the I guess the crux of it, like there are boundaries. I think that people often misconstrue. You know, like I think that like you making a joke about one of us two gives other people, you know, creative license to go after us, make the same kind of jokes, but they're not you.
Right.
Yeah. They're not funny a lot of the time.
Also rooted in humor, and we know, even though we don't know each other, we know each other, and we know we're on the same side. And it's a different situation. So when people are funny about it, it's funny. When people are assholes about it and they get weird and doxish, and I just don't, that part of it.
I hate the word doxing, the whole new guard versus old guard, stupid shit.
Yeah, it's just annoying. I just find it to be an annoyance, and it reminds
me of sports fandom when people say like, "Oh, I was a fan of the Patriots before they started winning Super Bowls," and it's like, shut the fuck up.
Right. There definitely is that sort of old guard, new guard battle here, which is strange. I don't really.
The funniest thing, Kirk, about that is that the new guys idolize Tim and Canton, the Steve from Providence and Matt in Providence. They just go about it a different way, and I think that the people in the quote unquote old guard, you know, have issues with the way that they go about it. You know,
I do think some of those old guards sometimes are also inflexible, as opposed to just saying, "Well, you know what, John? For these guys don't know everything about Kirk. You're right. You guys would beat them in with that. Like, but so what? Let's figure. You know, it's been peacetime the last week or two, but
it's been good.
Something will happen. Something will fucking happen, but we'll see.
I'm telling you, it all goes back to one person.
The bracket.
No, it doesn't go back to the bracket.
Blob was a 2 seed. People forget that. I think
it goes back to a certain person who's been excommunicated by the show.
Oh yeah, I think for sure, and I think he has some influence in a relationship with those guys. But I'm not going to sit there. You know, that's annoying to me, but you know, it is what it is.
It's honestly out of sight, out of mind. Like I treat it like. I mean, I know this is harsh to say, but like. And I kind of had to do it for my own personal sanity. I had to treat him like a fucking, like a baby, you know, put him in another room. And if you wait long enough, it'll fucking die, you know?
Nick, what the fuck?
I've never heard of that before.
I just made that up in my head.
Nick, did you say you put a baby in another room? What was it?
Hey, if you put a baby in another room, if you don't give it attention long enough, it'll die. That's what Kelleher is. He's a fucking baby. If you leave him in another room long enough, he'll die.
That's true. I suppose that's true. I mean, he's able to.
It's analogous.
He can actually feed himself, and I think if he's hurt or having problems, he could probably take care of it. He won't starve to death. But I know what you're saying. I got you. I know what you're saying. I understand this
parallel.
Yeah, I understand.
Thank you.
You know the age-old saying: you have a baby, you don't want it, lock it in a room, lock it in a closet,
put it in a dumpster or something. You know.
And then you want to add to it, Nick, now that you're back. Any questions?
I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about, guys. There's been a terrible storm outside. It's fucking everything up.
Any questions or anything from anybody here before we wrap up this?
I think we're all good.
Yeah, we're definitely good. Kirk,
thank
is
you
there
very
anything?
Much
yeah, that's Justin. Take the floor.
I just wanted to thank you for everything, from the opportunity of bringing us all on and doing all that. And coming on our show. I think this YouTube tour was great. Next time we'll have our own RSS feed. Then you can just come on that, and then we'll do a show separately for the YouTube.
It'd be better it'd be for everyone. No, you guys are doing a great job. I know how hard you guys are working. Steve and Mike tell me all the time. And I know the fans you guys do the shows with really appreciate it. You guys are going above and beyond. You're doing a great job. And I'm glad that you guys are all, I assume Nick's sticking around for a while, or?
Yep. Not
until the wife
yet. Until the wife says, yeah.
Oh yeah, when's the wedding?
The wife.
It was supposed to be in October. We're gonna actually elope to Oregon, but I'm not sure if that's gonna happen anymore. Obviously.
What does she think of the show?
Oh my God, she hates you so much.
You really hate it?
She hates you.
Oh, is that true?
Well, like the first time you ever talked about me on air, you're calling me a loser. The second time, you said I was a clout chasing fuckwad, and then the third time, I came in the room. I came in the room at like 8 o'clock and like almost in tears because I thought I was getting fired. So she doesn't have a good perception of the show, but she just, I mean, obviously she doesn't get the joke and stuff. So, but
It's
whatever.
But yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh, well,
No, that's like a polar opposite.
you're doing a good job. Oh, you're doing a good job.
That's a polar opposite from my dad. My dad will come in and fucking make fun of me about something that Kirk said. I'll add on to it.
Fiance loves him, and I like that.
Oh man, yeah, dad and fiance pretty similar, I guess. And
no one in my family listens to the show.
Relationship too.
They have friends who listen to the show, so they'll be like, there was one episode a couple weeks ago where you asked Mike, would you rather do this or would you rather lick Justin's dad's asshole?
Really?
Yeah, it was when we decided that I can't go see Mike.
He did say that
Because he's a cop. So you said, Mike, would you rather do this or lick Justin's dad's asshole? So during roll call one day, they played that clip, and he was like, "What the fuck kind of shit?" Like he has no idea. He thinks of you as like, Felger
and Mattis. Yeah,
he just thought of you as a sports talk radio guy. So he's just like,
right.
And I'm like, oh, it's kind of like Howard Stern. But I don't know. He doesn't understand it. But
Still
it's
not.
a great old time. But
I'm a fucking boss.
He was arguing with his mom right now on the show.
My dad just knocked on the door, fucking came in. He probably wants to meet you, but that's not happening. Get the fuck out of here, Dad.
He doesn't own the house. I mean,
He does own. He does own the house, right? So yeah, I guess it was reasonable for him to come and knock on the door.
I do not.
Oh, okay.
I'm all set.
All right, thank you so much, Kirk.
All right, boys. Have a good night.
All right, we'll talk to you later.
Thank you.